We had a patient this past week, yet another one that said, "Hey doc, you can't tell me that oatmeal's not healthy for my heart. It says so right there on the label." As you can tell, it's like we get this all the time. I don't even debate it anymore. Now here's why this happens. And it has to do with the fact that not all sugar is sugar. Just watch.
Oatmeal's, it's a quote. You can't tell me that oatmeal's not good for your heart, doc. It says it right on the label.
Are the product marketing teams lying to me?
Gosh, would they do that?
Is this nothing healthy? And I think that's why the FDA is kind of changing the definition of healthy, right? Well, they're trying to. I will address JMK and I will say that he's right, but remember that carbohydrates come on different forms and shapes. So you have sucrose, sucralose, you have glucose, you have fructose, you have lactose, and all of those are different types of carbs. And I will try to say more carbs than sugar. At some moment, I'm a caffeine guy, and I think I'm gonna have to stop that just because of dental health. But at some moment when I was taught that sugar was not good, carbs were not good, I stopped putting sugar on my coffee, And I just developed the good taste of coffee without sugar. But I keep eating tortillas and bread and all of that. And it was, I'm glad that I changed that pattern already. But even I went to med school and all of that. I just fell down into that paradigm that I was taught at the beginning.
I think JMK might actually bring up one topic, and it actually leads to so many others. I think JMK might have been talking more about the different types of sugars. So, for example, he goes on to say, shouldn't we only use the word sugar when referring to sucrose? No, technically, fructose is clearly a sugar. Galactose is clearly a sugar. What's the third big sugar that you tend to see linked together?
I believe it's glucose, sucralose, fructose, lactose, or galactose. And I remember another one.
Okay. And to JMK's point, sucrose has a lot of differences between itself and fructose. A really good speaker to hear on that, and he ran the obesity unit at UC San Diego, Robert Lustig, and he makes a lot of really good points about the differences associated with fructose. For example, he'll talk about fructose going straight to the liver, in many ways being more damaging to the liver than the other sugars. But the bottom line is, for many practical purposes, sugars do fit in a category. It's a subcategory of carbohydrates. Part of the reason where you get some of the confusion is you eat a plate full of spaghetti, for example. It takes your gastrointestinal system less than a minute sometimes for it to start breaking down those wheat products into glucose, sucrose, real sugars. So I don't think we're ever going to get over this issue about confusion of terms, but it creates a good point to step back and say, okay, wait a minute, let's clarify exactly what we're talking about at this point in time.